Say this matchup might be pretty close to even if Corrin can't get the kills, but Corrin's pretty decent at killing, so...
Yeah, of course, Corrin is pretty good at killing, but at the same time, I mean, I think, like, Emperor, just the player, he has more knowledge, so it might actually not be even player-to-player basis.
I mean, Lucario will still get some aura, just not, like, crazy amounts of aura.
Yeah, and as we can see right now is that Lucario is taking damage, which, does not necessarily mean a bad thing right now. It just means that, he's probably getting set up.
He's become a normal character now.
Oh, yeah. One thing that Swig has to... Yeah. I think this was more of a misinput, actually.
I get where that was coming from, but okay,
yeah.
that was pretty scary.
So one thing Lucario, Corrin has to keep in mind is that, Lucario can probably kill right now.
Oh yeah, he definitely can kill right now. He'd need a bit more, like maybe 20% more.
Yeah, another thing to mention as well is that Lucario probably doesn't want to get set up into a stun, because that's probably gonna guarantee.
Oh yeah, that's going to guarantee a kill. And this is. Yeah,
oh yeah, he missed it. Okay, oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So you cannot ignore Lucario aura. Like, you can't. So you have to factor it into your gameplay.
So now Lucario will definitely be able to. Oh, if he doesn't take the stock soon, he's in a. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So Corrin has that strong forward smash, and I mean, obviously, one thing we know with Emperor is that he's pretty good at setting up, like, into pin. Like, that's one of his main things he's very known for, at least here. But another thing too is that you cannot discount Swig. Like, he's gonna take some damage, but that's okay. You want to go in, you want to do risky stuff with Lucario at the beginning, because you want to become a normal character essentially,
and then become a broken character.
Yeah. So well, one of the things I was listening to Zero speak, when he went against Sue, is that Lucario at low percent, you want to go in. You don't care. You don't care if you get if you do damage to yourself. You don't care.
I mean, Lucario can't really kill you until he hits like 50 or 60%.
Yeah.
Unless if you're at like 150.
Yeah, so it kind of does make sense, like, why he's going in so aggressively, even though it might not make sense why. Another thing too is that Lucario has another setup, like, somewhat known setup, which is, up throw into up air. And that has to be a factor. Oh, no. That's not
unfortunate right there.
Yeah, that's not what I want to be, especially since Lucario was,
Lucario has a good, distance-wise has a good recovery, but sometimes it's kind of difficult to control, especially if you don't main the character.
Yeah, if you don't play him as often as you think, it might actually be hard, because there's a special angles too, and you can change mid angle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you go in as Lucario, you want to go horizontal, but there's a certain amount of frames where you can actually angle it downwards and go back horizontal. But it's frame tight. It's just frames.
Okay, now he's going Fox.
So this is what I actually expected in first match, right?
Yep.
This is what I was expecting Fox Corrin before this match started, and of course, we're seeing it here. Swig just started, to pick up Fox. He picked him up this summer, and has been going to tournaments and such. Of course, Emperor, very known to Corrin is a very known character to him. He's being from San Antonio. You have to expect that.
Going for the up B.
Yeah, so
doesn't get punished, but misses a ledge trapping opportunity. And
yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so unfortunately for Fox, 50-50s are his thing, right? Up tilt to up air, we all know about that. But you have to keep him on counter sixes. That's partially the reason why it's hard against Bayonetta, because doing one of those things against Bayonetta is instant death, essentially.
And back air off on the ledge is gonna kill. Back air is pretty scary.
Yeah, very scary move.
On stage, off stage, it's scary everywhere.
Yeah, so back air is pretty good, especially if you set it up off an up tilt. The up tilt is pretty good angle and leaves you with like back air range and up air range too. If they DI out, that's a back air. If they DI in, that's an up air.
Which could lead to more up air.
Yep. But Swig has to really careful about these counters, because that's such a thing. Especially because Corrin is pretty good at setting this up, and of course, Corrin actually is actually doing pretty bad.
Yep, and all Fox really needs is one confirmed, and that's it.
Yeah, Fox, probably weak nair, down air.
Or just a forward
Or
smash.
just a forward
across
smash,
the
yeah.
stage.
Yeah, that should be it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hope he bans triplats.
Yeah, triplets, as a matter of fact, the good thing Emperor has going for him is really the fact that they already played in Town and City, so David's stupid rule. And if he bans triplets, then, he has two things to work with. He has Smashville, or he has...
Wait, can he go back to Smashville since he won on that game 1?
Actually, no.
Wait, what was... Game 1 was on Town, or... I don't remember.
Game 1 was... actually, yeah, you're right. He was on Smashville.
He can't go back to Smashville then. He can go back to Town.
Yeah. I would expect him, though, to go back to FD, probably.
Yeah, either not Lilat.
Not Lilat.
Unless he wants some really weird pin jank.
Yeah,
because pin is really weird.
Yeah,
on that
but
stage.
Emperor is not one of those players to, rely on the pin jank.
Yeah.
That would be Teo.
Oh yeah, I was playing against him last week for a bit, and there was some really, really weird pin stuff.
Yeah, so one of the lesser-known pins tricks is that at least in Battlefield, you can insta pin over and over and over. It's like an endless cycle.
Oh yeah, that.
And the funny thing is that probably a forward tilt will probably set up into that combo, or a stun, which is kind of like pretty janky if you ask me. Now I don't know if they patched it. This was way back in the day. I'm talking about like 2017 kind of thing.
Way back in the day, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been a while since this game has. Well, at least it feels, huh?
I don't think there was any patches in 2017 that actually affected the game. That was 2016, if anything.
Oh, true.
And are we seeing a?
Yeah, I actually played his Sheik earlier today. I played his Sheik on tournament. Not tournament, my bad. In friendlies, it's pretty solid. What you want to watch out here is probably going to be the up smash. Oh, Toon Link too. Okay. He also plays Toon Link. So Emperor has he has three mains that I'm aware of. He has Corrin, Toon Link, and Sheik, and he's probably the ones that he plays the most. But of course, being known for his Corrin, and I'm pretty sure he felt overwhelmed.
Personally, I think he should either go Sheik or Corrin, but because Toon Link, once he gets hit, there's no end to the pain.
Yeah, I feel that. At the same time, Sheik has the tools to really get in, right? Yeah. She has the aggression.
Or she has the tools to not get in, like safe, the
really needles.
Safe overall.
Yeah, one thing that Sheik has to watch out, especially with Fox, is that Emperor will probably want to start landing the setups. Sheik cannot kill anything raw, right? Yeah. She has to set up into something. And that's pretty. It's pretty been the meme of all of Smash is that, the latter half of Smash is that Sheik cannot kill, and we take it for granted, but it is true. It is really hard for Sheik to kill, especially if you don't have a setup into whatever you're trying to do. Probably what Emperor is probably want to look at the latter half of this set, or when Fox is at percent, he's probably want to set up into a weak nair, into bouncing fish, needles. Oh. Or Swig being Swig.
Yeah. Another thing Sheik has going for her in this matchup, well, actually edge guard Fox pretty well, and that could lead to death. Wait, Fox.
Yeah, for certain. And the other thing too that Sheik has is that she has the frame data to go in with Fox, right?
And Fox's frame data is nothing to laugh at either.
Yeah, so that's definitely a good setup. What Emperor just did, and he probably wants to keep it up. Another thing too is that Sheik is a very combo heavy, read heavy character, and the other thing too is that she can land. Corrin might have some problem landings. He can of course do the counter to land, but it's hard and it's predictable. Yeah. And Sheik has, the things to go in, but right now it doesn't matter because, Fox just going in just doesn't care.
All right.
So one thing that you might have noticed during the entire set is that Fox is basically going in with, you would see that he is landing on weak nair, and then he was doing a turnaround side tilt, just like that. And that actually triggers you. That's a frame trap. It's a lesser known frame trap for Fox, but it is there. Oh no.
Oh no.
That is not good.